Hey guys, Drift0r here. Today's video isn't so much a commentary as it is a big personal announcement for me, and I've got some personal stories from my past that some of you may find interesting. The gameplay is not all Target Finder LMG. I'm kind of doing a gun scavenging round here on studio and public matches, and I play against some pretty good people. I'm going to go about 25, 26, and 10, something like that, using Silenced Executioner, Silent B23R, Ballista, lots of guns you don't normally see on this channel. Some other people are doing that, so it's going to be a round of interesting gameplay and good opponents, so I do hope you enjoy it. The big announcement that I've got to make, if you haven't already read it from the title, is that I am now a part owner of Team EnVyUs. I have joined on Team EnVyUs in an ownership capacity. I'm not joining the team as a professional player. For those of you that don't know, Team EnVyUs is a professional Call of Duty team. They compete in the MLG circuit. They came in second place to Call of Duty Championships, very, very close to Frico. It was so Team EnVyUs is a big organization, but I can't compete with the pro players. I'm not as good as Proofy. I'm not as good as Rambo or JCap or Stainville. I'm just me, Drift0r, not a pro player. I'm a pub guy. I can play a little bit, but I'm not particularly on that level. And you're wondering, like, what am I going to be doing as an owner, and why is that important to this channel? Why is that important to me watching? There's a lot of questions like that. Well, it's a big opportunity for me personally, and it's a good thing for this channel. It's going to create a lot of good content from this channel. That doesn't mean I'm going to jump over and be like all pros, but it does open up a lot of doors. Every title that you hold, every person that you meet, and every friend that you make in life opens up doors and opportunities that you may not have even known was there before, and that's kind of what's going on here. I've got more information later on in this commentary about what these good things are for me and what these good things are for you. But for now, I need to talk about Team EnVyUs for a little bit, because I know there's a lot of you that aren't 100% up with professional gaming. And if you're not, today, the day that this video goes live, MLG Anaheim is live. You can click the link down there in the description and watch that and root for Team EnVyUs. As of my recording of it, they're still in the championship bracket, slogging their way through. Hopefully they go all the way to the championship round. I definitely hope that now. I've been working with them for a long time, so I'm always an Envy fan, but now as an owner, it's an even more important deal for me. And hopefully this video won't get too dated and that they lose or something terrible like that happens. But Team EnVyUs is usually described as the winningest team in Major League Call of Duty, and winningest is kind of a funny word. And I'm not sure if they have the most first place finishes, or if they don't have the most first place finishes. They have the most second place finishes, the most third place, the most prize money, the most overall wins, the best overall record. They do have a hell of a lot of first place finishes, but however you look at the record, they're usually stacked right up there number one, just depending on what sort of method you want to do. You might could do some funnier ones and knock them down to number 2 or 3, but they are a very strong, very solid Call of Duty competitive team, and what they're looking to do in the future is kind of grow their YouTube presence and their branding. Now, I'm sure a lot more of you are familiar with Optic Gaming or FaZe or some of these sort of deals. These are some pro teams that have branched off, not necessarily only in the pro circuit, but they're also doing more entertainment side of things, and I believe that's what Envy wants in their future, and that's why they're bringing me and T. Martin, and there's a few other partners that haven't announced their ownership status. I'm not going to spoil it for them. I'll let them do their own announcement videos. And that's what I'm going to be helping with. I'm going to be working with Team Envy on the YouTube side of things mostly, but I'm also going to be sort of a management role, dealing with a little bit of player issues, dealing with some of the sponsorship stuff. I kind of get my hands on a lot of places in this deal, but I think it's a good thing. And let's talk about why it's a good thing for me and why it's a good thing for you. One of the big things for me is that I get to travel more places. Unfortunately, I didn't get to go to MLG Anaheim because I chose to stay home and do things for my wife and help my wife. We're moving into a new house soon. There's a million different things to do with that, but it's going to be me traveling to more MLG events, me traveling to more quote-unquote secret meetings where I sign non-disclosures about things and I get to see and do cool things. So that'll be more travel vlogs. I'll be able to do more videos with professional gamers and other YouTubers, so you'll be seeing more very interesting guests on this channel. Hopefully, I missed my quickscope twice, but I don't miss the executioner. There is also, this is kind of for me and for you, is I get more access to sponsored gear. The Games Vanguard, I got one of those and be doing a review of those pretty soon. But I'm also going to be getting access to pre-release stuff, and with this pre-release stuff, now that I am my title is somewhat more important, I can give better feedback into the design and development of gaming products and hopefully make them better for everybody in the long run. And the big deal with you is, with more access to sponsor stuff and a new title and somewhat more pull, that means I get more free stuff, and the more free stuff I get, the more giveaways I'm able to do. And I don't do a whole lot of giveaways on this channel. I'm not always I just don't like giveaways in general, because it's usually like, hey you guys, I need you to like and favorite and sub to this video, and if you sub to me, I'm going to give you an Xbox, so go ahead and sub to me, blah 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 blah. And people do that like sort of a business investment, like they're going to spend $200 and they think that they're going to buy X amount of people with that, and it's like, they're people, they're not Skittles, you don't buy them with money. But when I do a giveaway, it's usually some sort of gameplay challenge or a Twitter challenge or a funny picture challenge or something that everybody can take part in that's fun for everybody usually, and there will be more of that. I'll also be able to give my input more into MLG and competitive gaming in general. Not as much, but I'll be a part of it, so hopefully I can make it a better thing just by being with my presence. And speaking of my presence, it's also a good feeling to be part of something that's bigger than myself. I don't consider myself to be big or particularly important, at least not compared to a lot of other people. So it kind of feels good to have an organization to belong to. You might say that I belong on YouTube or with YouTubers or with commentators or with gamers in general, but that's a really big group, and they don't coalesce quite as much as you probably think they do. And at the end of the video, I've got a kind of a personal story about how I got hooked up with Envy and how this worked. So quite a long time ago, if you remember, I joined on with Method Gaming with Pwnstar and Booman and MLC Stealth and lots of these guys. And that was right about the time my channel really started to explode. These guys helped me, they got me notoriety and this sort of stuff. And that also allowed some people from Team EnVyUs, Sky, 4Play, he noticed me. And he asked me to join Team EnVyUs. At first, I actually deleted the message because at the time my inbox was filled with spam, and a lot of people wanted me to join a lot of teams that I didn't particularly care about. But then I was like, wait, that's actual Sky from actual Team EnVyUs. That wasn't spam. So I checked it out, and I was like, oh wow, this is legit. So I went and I talked to Sky. I ended up joining Team EnVyUs, had to leave Method Gaming for that one, but the guys from Method, they still stuck with me and supported me because they, I don't know, I guess they like me. I met a lot of new people at Team EnVyUs. They hooked me up with a lot of sponsorship deals. Gamma Labs is probably the one you're most familiar with, and you're probably familiar with that being all over my channel, but that paid for my rent for years. That helped pay for my college, that helped pay for my move. For me, that was a really big thing to have a little bit of financial security in my life and support my wife and that sort of stuff. It wasn't just Gamma, they hooked me up with a lot of people. I started meeting more professional players, I started meeting more companies, I started meeting more people in general, and now I am, thanks to them, better connected in the gaming community, much more so than I was before. And because of meeting all these people and getting out there and them supporting me and Method supporting me, the channel started to grow, and more people started noticing the in-depth series and what I was doing here on these channels, this particular channel. I guess you could say these channels because Ozzy's doing things too. But it was all a good thing. It was all mutually beneficial, helped me grow, helped them grow, and everything started good. And I would describe it not necessarily as the beginning or the end or the beginning of the end. I would say it's the end of the beginning. It's really where I started to take YouTube seriously, and it's because of them and the many deals that they offered me and places I got set up and people that I met that I was able to forego the normal working job and do YouTube professionally and make fun videos like these here. I kind of like my last kill, getting it with this 5.7 with a reflex sight on it. It's not a gun I use very much, but one of the good things about in-depth is I know how to use every single gun that I pick up off the ground. My team here, excellent round victory. I don't think I was playing with anybody. I was just doing it solo, randoms. 25 and 11, not bad. I hope you enjoyed the commentary. Drift0r out.